there, partner.
Lo and behold, he doesn't pick it up.
Like, out of respect for myself, I'm not gonna drink this shit.
Threw me into a dish. She's like, Mickey Mouse.
Just let the Nile fly, man.
What's the Jesus one? Last Supper style?
Well, that's why he asked for addresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked me for, I'm like, you know it, dude, 259.
I just gotta make sure this camera didn't change focus. Alright, we good. For Kev. I'll record. Yeah, got the holiday cards, you know. Nice. Just you know, there's nothing better than them rolling in. I like that. Because when it says Riley family, I'm immediately fucking, that means me. You know what I mean? I'm not waiting
open them up.
Head of house. No. But then you get the ones that, like, my friends are starting to send them now. And so, like, my friends, Joe, like those guys. And so it's like, oh, what's your address? And they're delivered directly to me, not the Riley family. And so I'm like, ooh, now they got to wait for me to open.
Is it put up on a separate thing with
No, we don't do, honestly. If they like you, it goes on the fridge and it stays there for probably years. There's some up there that have been.
I was going to say my
graduation picture. I mean, not like graduation invites, not pictures.
Right,
like the invites to the grad.
Yeah.
Like have still been up there, and it's like, hey, if you're like, they'll put you up.
Keep you up. They're usually up here for a good 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys were like. Haven't changed, like your mom's lived here her whole life, so it's like you still got people like taking a shot, sending them here, like haven't seen you in years, but like hope your family, you know what I mean? Like my family's bounced all over the place, so it's like you would have had to gather the address the last couple of years. Like here, it's like one of the family, one of the Calis is gonna be at Westgate, so fucking send a card. Did you guys do the whole arrangements? You have everyone's do like card hanging out? Like I know some people like have so everyone's cards on display like a centerpiece at a table almost.
Yeah, we had it's not a centerpiece, it's like a decorative thing.
Yeah,
but you just stick them in and stuff. Yeah.
Those are always finding all the hot daughters of your parents' friends that you never knew existed. Exactly. Another year, it's like that's so funny because like all of our parents are roughly the same age, and so it's like they had daughters that were like our age, but like would never see. You know what I mean, like I was at basketball with them or something like that. So like. Just
think about those Oscar girls, man.
that's why I had to clarify. I had to go back and cover my tracks.
Oh my goodness.
No, but it was funny because it's like literally you would only see Christmas cards. It was before social media, so it's like
true.
You only saw them once a year. And it was like, oh shit!
It's like seeing a shooting star.
Good year here, good year. Yeah, no, fun times. Are you guys or were your families like big stick stuff on the like paintings on the fridge and stuff like that, like or good like reports or tests?
I think we definitely report cards might have only been like maybe when we were like little, not maybe too deep.
How were those looking when you were little, Kev? Just out of curiosity.
Solid in youth, I would say, through like elementary.
Solid in youth.
Colored in the line.
Solid in youth might be the episode.
Solid in youth.
K to 5, solid. And then I would say 6 through 12, we kind of.
It's like my
a little fall off.
A little fall off.
My
and then
dumps for solid in youth.
But no, decent. The report cards sometimes like little paintings or like art craft kind of stuff. Right. But
we didn't do a lot of fridge stuff. We did like sports pictures. Well, this room used to be.
Oh yeah, that's a good
picture. Yeah. But we never did. My mom hung up my artwork like in 6th grade. That weird ass thing I did. I don't know why. She got it framed. It was like I forgot. It was Miss Miller's class. Mrs. Miller. No, was it? Was she 6th grade? Art?
Yeah. She did 2D art, so it was like the drawing and painting.
So I think I had her 6th and 7th though.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So in 6th we had
no one had them. It wasn't like a 6th grade class, right? So it was like if you had her in 6th grade, you were sick. It was mostly 7th and 8th or 8th graders.
Right,
so it was a combined.
So
it was
my,
shout out Meals. Me and her had class together.
So I had it. Yeah, I did have her for 2 years. So I had it was. I don't know what the prompt was that we had to do, but it was like you had to do something of like my face, but like and your. It was like what you represent. So like half of the face I did like sports. So like the mouth was a baseball.
Oh
bat.
I know exactly what.
The face was a basketball.
I know
like,
exactly what.
And then the other side was like my actual.
It's kind of like an abstract art. Like, someone might pay good money for that.
I don't know where that is now.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to hang up.
I know exactly.
But yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, who's this?" I'm like, "It's my mom wanted to hang that up." I don't know.
It's pretty good. I honestly never realized that. I like always thought that was some of your mom's fancy fucking art that she just, buys. Dude, I was thinking of Miss Miller's class recently because one, she was like the first teacher that got mad at me in middle school for a nothing burger. We made these things where you have to like, you put 2 pieces of paper together like on a circle. And then like you draw one thing on one side, one thing on the other, but you flip them and like it makes like a moving picture, right? So I like made snot coming out of a nose, and she was like, "You cannot," and like took me outside of the classroom. I was like, "I won't do it. Like I'll throw it away. Like this is crazy." But then like 2 weeks later, because I had her 2 years, that was like we did 2 years of art, then TA the 8th grade year. That was our electives. I don't know if you TA'd the 8th grade, not for her, but just TA'd in general.
I don't know what I did 8th grade.
You had to have TA'd for somebody.
I didn't TA though.
Oh, you probably did leadership or something.
I did
like
leadership.
That.
That's it. Yeah.
Fucking
shut out.
I don't want to say what I'm about to say. Don't make me say it. But anyways, Miss Miller like got lightheaded in class and ate shit, just fell, like collapsed in class, and like everyone like got quiet and was like, is this for real? And then like she like laid there for a second and then like kind of came to and like started sitting up. And so like I knew the office number for the high school because I would call that to get to my dad.
Closer to that. Well, Glenn. Or no,
I mean, I didn't even realize that, but I was like, I just know that number. Yeah. So I called that number on my fucking razor. Shout out. It was like, hey, our teacher fell. Like, you called the middle school. And so, like, they called people. It was like a crazy scene. I remember, like, being like 6th grade, or I forget, 6th or 7th grade, but like her, like, falling and everyone being like, oh shit. Like, did we just witness a teacher's death on campus? Came in with a neck brace and a banged up hip. I was like, this is awesome. Wow. Must have been 7th grade. Because you would have known. You know what I mean?
I don't remember hearing that one.
Yeah, because you literally had a neck brace. Like, this is hilarious.
Shit.
But hanging up, we didn't hang up the artwork per se, but I think my parents might have every single piece of art we've ever done. Ever.
They have everything that you guys have. I remember moving you guys.
Touched. Oh god, I forgot.
Out. I was like, Mitch and I are like, holy shit,
dude. 1204 was crazy. That was a crazy. That's literally every bat we've ever had, every mitt we've ever had.
Like John and Mike strollers. Like we're like, what are you gonna use these for?
It's crazy. Twins running the family.
No. Also, maybe every single VHS tape that Disney or Nickelodeon released from the years 1994 to 2005. I'm not even joking. Like, it's just boxes. Mitch are like, what in the fuck?
It's crazy. I don't even know what they did. I don't think they.
And it was like the Nickelodeon ones are like orange and stuff. So
exactly. You know, it's a Nick, Rugrats, and Perry.
Yeah.
So sick. Yeah, dude. There's so many, and like, just like I probably ruined. You know what I mean? By now, I think they're probably at my grandma's house, like in a storage shed, just weather beaten. You know what I mean? Got hot and cold thousands of times by this point. But I would love to get my hands on stuff. There's so many good movies I forgot existed. Like, we would go through there because like at one point before we moved, they were all, it was like a library. Like, it was categorized like alphabetical. Like, I think Christine's fucking dumbass took the time to do it. It's just crazy. Same with CDs. Like, every country CD album from like 1990 to probably early thousands is in a notebook with like the classic picture with the CD right next to it. It's like, God, just a time capsule.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Would you always watch the movies? Like, were you?
Yeah, I mean, we were a religious movie watcher, and it was like a lot of the time too. We were a road trip family, so we always had a TV in the car.
Yeah.
We had like a literal VHS player. Then we'd switch to the D. Like I think I was talking about it with Josh. We upgraded in the OG Suburban. Someone broke into the car and like stole the TV out of it. So like a crazy thing to steal.
Didn't that car get broken in multiple times?
Like 3 or 4 at Deanza, at Prospect, and somewhere else. I feel like.
Prospect was after NJB, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, dude, there's no scarier feeling as a kid than like your parents telling you to run out to the car and being like, 'cause I think that's what happened. Like they were like, go out to the car and grab something for me at Prospect, and like I went out there and I was like,
was it Prospect or Coyote Creek?
For some reason, I wanted to say it was Prospect. I don't know wherever it was.
I
it was
thought we had won a
NJB.
big game, and then you were like,
it was like exactly that. Exactly down there. But I forget. It might have been. Obviously, you played in the game. You probably remember it better than I do. But I remember it being after an NJB game, and then I think they stole a TV that time. But we upgraded from a VHS to a fucking DVD, and it was like, ooh, living the high life. Let's go.
That's so cool.
But yeah, no, we went through them. That's for damn sure. But is there anything like your family keeps like that? Like something that they probably could have gotten rid of 15, 20 years ago that they're like, hey, we got like almost collecting, but not really, almost hoarding.
We got a hell of a lot of sports cards.
Ooh,
back home. We've got binders and binders. I mean,
but that's making a comeback though. So
no, I know. My dad is. I mean, we used to collect them and get them from the one card shop that was close by on Foxworthy.
Foxworthy.
It was Frank's card shop. It's still right there, right by the Chuck E. Cheese and the Coosier Starbucks and where Blockbuster was.
Yeah.
Is he still running it?
No, not anymore.
Is it still a card shop though?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm honestly not 100% sure. But
I went there a couple times.
Yeah, we've got.
Is that the one
binders.
by like the Mervins and stuff? No, I'm trying to think of.
Yeah,
Foxworthy.
it's down that way, right?
It is close.
Foxworthy. I'm trying to think.
It's
No,
by like that
it's
old.
closer to Coosier.
Isn't it by that
Yeah.
old Bills too?
Yeah, it's
It
by
is.
the
It's right there.
Bills.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
There's
Old Bills
7-Eleven.
still there.
That's dude. That Bills I walk in the usual. Yes,
No
sir.
way, really?
That's my Bills. Hash brown skillet. No sour
Sit at the
cream.
bar?
No onions. No, I got a booth that sits one.
Well, you probably get there at 6.
7. They open at 7. They open a little later there. It's only problem there. Yeah, no, my family big collectors. So that's what I mean. Most families are like, hey, we don't need it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Like, maybe one day it'll come back.
All right, fellas, the holiday season is here, and trust me, you don't want to be the guy showing up with tangled tinsel in your ornaments. Luckily, our friends at Manscaped have got you covered from head to, well, down the chimney with the Beard and Balls Bundle, featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger. This bundle will make sure you're a gift worth unwrapping. Get ready for those mistletoe moments and get 20% off, plus free shipping with the code Trough at manscaped.com.
Knock, knock. Who's there? It's the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, your balls' new best friend. Cuts through the North Pole of bushes with ease, gentle on your most delicate Christmas ornaments. The two skin-safe blade heads for versatility, whether you're after a tidy trim or a smooth, festive finish. Light up the way with dual LED spotlights so you can see everything clearly, even those tricky spots. This naughty boy is waterproof, so you can trim in the shower and avoid a blizzard of hair all over the bathroom floor. Its travel lock feature is ideal for holiday getaways, ensuring your trimmer stays off in your luggage and ready for action when you are. Perfect for a quick trim before any holiday party. No one wants to find hair in their eggnog.
Yikes. Wow, little shout out to the eggnog for you, Teach. I see why you wanted that. Next, we got the beard hedger. You keep your beard in check, or Santa might think you're after his job. Tackle your winter beard with the beard hedger, featuring a titanium-coated T-blade. Whether you want to go full Santa or keep it neat for New Year's, it has a built-in zoom wheel with 20 different lengths, which means no more bags of assorted guards. That's my biggest problem. I got, no joke, 3 different shavers, like 40 different guards all in one bag, and it's just...
Too many thoughts going there.
Too many thoughts.
Way too many.
Bad Boys waterproof too, perfect for trimming after a snowball fight or just freshening up in the shower. 60 minutes of runtime with an LED charge indicator, because nothing's worse than a half-finished beard when your sleigh is ready to go.
Join the 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped to stay sharp this holiday season. Get the Beard and Balls bundle today and slay your grooming routine. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Trough at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Trough at manscaped.com. Because Santa isn't the only one who needs his sack well-groomed this year.
Manscaped.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. What have you boys been up to, Todd? I don't know if you want to get right into the mix, but I'm looking at the hat, little dog dad action. You were telling us you're coming straight from the old vet. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, so last time we talked, was talking about, I don't know.
It was a whisper in the wind last time we talked. It was a possibility.
Well, no, I put a deposit down. That's, yeah. Okay. So got Arch, Fox Red Lab. You guys saw pictures of the little cutie.
But we went with Archie. We went with
Archie. So,
Archibald? Is it? I mean, what's on the birth certificate?
It's Archie. Not Archibald. Yeah, we were was trying to get names going, and then no one was liking Huck for the most part, and then it was kind of back to Rizzo, and then I wanted to have some sort of red connotation, and Archie from the comics, Arch, Riverdale.
I thought it was Arch Manning for
and that's
Texas.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, Arch Manning.
that's honly. I was like, oh shit, my first thought too. The burnt orange is shit.
Yeah. I didn't even think burnt orange. Yeah. No, but it was. It's been 4 days. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, 4 days is all fuck. That's crazy. It feels like it's
he's 8 weeks. Tay and I drove to Clovis.
Did Ash go too? Just you and Tay?
Me and Tay.
Just a brother bonding.
AKA Mini Mexico. Literally, so Friday night, like, all right, gonna get to bed early. Pickup time is at 11:30 in Clovis. Mapped it, 240 away. Sounds good. I'm like, Tay, we're gonna leave like a little bit after 8:30.
You there. Driving? He driving?
I drove there. He drove back because I had to bond with Arch.
Did you go shirtless? Did you go skin to skin?
No. Skin to skin. No, but anyway, so the breeder texts me like at 7:30 Friday night. She's like, hey, we're all set for tomorrow. Like, if you can you bring cash? And I'll say it was 2,000. So I'm like, fuck, I wish you would have told me earlier. I would have gone to the bank. And I'm like thinking, I'm like trying to plan. I'm like, okay, bank, the B of A opens at 9. Not going to do that. I'm looking online. Everything I'm looking at says you can only take 1,000 out at the ATM. So I'm like,
been there. Fuck.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So then Tay and I are driving there. I'm like, we'll go and we'll find one on the way. So we're going, and then of course Tay with the Crohn's, we had to stop in Los Banos. had to stop.
Literally El Baño.
yeah, exactly. So then we're driving there, and he's like, all right, there's a stop there's a B of A that's 15 minutes from the spot. It says, he's like, map it out. I'm like, perfect. And at that point, we were like probably 30 minutes away from that B of A. I'm like, sounds good. And I've been texting the breeder. I'm like, hey, we'll be at the bank, stopping at the bank at 11:15. Should be like, without, if there's not any wait. Thinking in my head, like, usually B of A's are really not that packed. It was a Saturday. But I'm like, because I haven't been in a bank since I used to go with my dad. Like, everything's been ATM for the most part.
That's so
I'm like, it should be quick. So I'm like, we'll see you at 11:30. And keep in mind, everyone is like, they staggered the stuff. So first pick gets there at like 9. Then it's like a 15-minute buffer to the next person. So, like, I got to get there on my time, not to, like, lose my slot, but there's also kind of an awkward, which ended up happening. But, so, we pull off the freeway, and we're in might as well have been in Guadalajara. I mean, it was literally just run down. I'm like, here we go. Pull up, bang. I literally pull up to the lot. I'm like, no parking. I'm like, oh, fuck. Walk up.
Is it like a house and they just have
No. This is the bank. This is the
bank. Fuck. Yeah. I forgot we've not even gotten to the bank.
We get at the bank at 11:15. I text her. We should be good.
11:15. We should be good is crazy.
So Tay and I literally get to the door. The line to the tellers is literally right at the door, and it was definitely payday from the people in the fields on Friday, because it was we were the only white guys in there. It was like everyone habla, and it was just I'm like, oh shit. And we were standing, I'm like, this is gonna take like 40 minutes, and I text him like, hey, and like this is gonna take longer. So yeah, no problem. So we go, and it actually kind of like probably took 20-ish minutes to get right as Tay and I got to the front of the line. They closed the doors because so many people were coming in. And they like security was like stopping, like, hey, like it's getting kind of too many people in the bank at one time, for whatever. So get to the teller, talking to her or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I need 2,000. She's like, yeah. And then she kind of like smiled. She's like, just so you know, next time they just changed it, but you can get 2,000 at ATM. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh my God.
Tay and I laughed. She's like, yeah. I'm like, I could have done this 3 hours ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, like they recently changed it, but it's 2,000 now. I'm like, okay, thanks. So we get there at this point, I'm like bleeding into the next person's turn. And the whole time I looked, or I was telling Tay, I'm like, I really want a red one. Like I want the reddish one. And I said, I do, like they sent videos and pictures and stuff for like, hey, like the videos, like these two are kind of laid back. I'm like, and if worse comes to worse, I'll get the laid back one or whatever.
Right.
So we go and we get there, pull up, and luckily it was, once we were driving out, I'm like, I don't want to pull up into some sketchy fucking area, whatever. We drive out. It's a nice just neighborhood. They all got the puppies in like a little, not a crate, but like a little playpen.
Yeah.
And we go and I go look down, and like right there, Arch is right there, bright or big red. I'm like, oh, here we go. Like this is the one I want. Literally, as we get there, and I'm like, Tay and I are petting, asking questions. The next person that's coming to get their dog is walking up. I'm like, okay. And Tay like kind of nudged me, like, if you want the red one, say it, so we don't have anyone bond with the red. So then we're talking to the breeder, and he's like, yeah. Well, he's like, well, what are you looking for? And I was like, well, he's like, are you super active? I'm like, well, I'm kind of in between. I'm like, I'm definitely not running a 4 mile. I don't want to have a dog that wants to run 4 miles a day type of dog, but like I also like I want to take it on walks and like walks downtown. He's like, okay, and then he's like, I'm like, how about this red guy? He's like, well, that's the laziest of the bunch. I'm like, might have just sold me. So I look at Tay, I'm like, that might be the one. I'm like, yeah. So we wrapped him up, or we got all the paperwork, drove back. I'm crate training him, so that's been. We had last night was the worst. Last night and today were the worst days. He shit in his crate last night because he's usually good. Like he's very chill with going into the crate. He'll whine a little bit, but then he'll pass out. But the first night I got him, he was going berserk at 2 a.m. Like berserk. I didn't even know he could bark. He starts barking. I'm like, fuck. So I like got up and I'm like, hey buddy, hey. Then he was like, kind of calmed down. And then like I went to the bathroom and came back. And then he was good. I'm like, all right. Then he was good till 6. Perfect. Next night it was like 5:30. I'm like, okay, this is getting a little. Last night. And I told Ryan, I'm like, let me know if you're hearing anything or like, because I don't want to disturb you, obviously. So last night, Arch is screaming bloody murder at like 2. And he's like, nonstop, and I'm like, fuck. This goes on till like 3.
Fuck.
And I'm like looking, I'm like tossing string, but I'm like letting him everything I'm reading, self-soothe. Let him figure it out. His crate is a den. It's supposed to be a safe space. Let him figure it out. He stops at like 3. Okay. Picks back up at around 4. Stops at 4:30. But I'm like letting him go. And at like 5:30 again, he starts screaming bloody murder. I looked at my phone. I'm like, fuck, I might as well. Because I was like, I want to get up at 6. I'm like, I might as well skip at 5:30. And he was going again. I'm like, I don't want Rye to wake up. So I go to get him, and he had already shit just a huge pile in his crate. I'm like, fuck. Here we go. And then, yeah, he's been so.
Did he lay in it? I mean,
no,
is it
so
all?
luckily, so I borrowed a crate from Tay, and you're supposed to have a crate divider when they're young, because they're supposed to just be able to stand up and turn around in their crate.
Right.
Because so the thought process is if they they don't shit or piss where they sleep. So, of course, the crate that Tay got me didn't have a divider, so I'd been jamming pillows to make it smaller, and it's like cushiony. So he's been liking it. He actually like went in the cup, and he's been just like passed out on the pillows. So thankfully, in their old pillows, he knocked one down and just shit all over that. So I just said there's only a little bit of shit on his little pad. So I just threw out the pillow, but now we ended up finding out that he has a parasite or something, because he's been going diarrhea like 10 times a day, 15 times a day.
And at what point were you like, okay, I gotta?
Well, the blood started showing up.
Oh.
It was mucusy, and then it was like all liquidy. And then I called the vet, because I just had his first vet appointment Monday, and the guy did a whole exam. He's like, yeah, he's looking good. I told him like, hey, just so you know, I switched his food, and he's been going diarrhea. He's like, yeah, that'll happen. Just monitor it. If anything changes, let us know. But it could take like 1 to 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. And then today happened. I'm like, yeah, this isn't fucking normal. So they gave me antibiotics, and they're gonna run tests on his stuff today or tonight. Hopefully, no tomorrow. But
So where is he at right now?
he's at home, just in his. Because I was gonna bring him tonight, and then he had a bad day, and what I think he has, I think you could pass on to other dogs. So I'm like,
shit.
I don't want
Yeah.
to have him to mix around with those guys yet. So
When does he get shots and all that stuff?
he got his first round. The breeder did the first round last week. He's getting his next round January 6th. Shout out.
What a day! What a day! That's hilarious. I mean, that situation's not hilarious, but it's just crazy how life is taken.
Other than that, though, he's been good. But no, yeah, it's been work. It's been work.
Yeah,
but it'll get better.
No, I mean exactly. He'll grow up. He'll be a good Doge. But it's just have like other people been coming around, and like have you been getting them around other people already? Have you?
So he loves rye. Tay and Ash came over. He's getting more and more comfortable with his surroundings. Like leash and harness is still an issue. He thinks a leash is a toy, but he'll follow me around the complex. So all this we'll go walk to the pee spot together, and he doesn't run. He's very aloof still. So like this one big white, like I don't know if it was like a husky, like was coming at him, and he had no idea. He's just like looking around, and then the owner's like, "Sorry," I'm like, "He has no idea, so you're good." But he ran up to another lab today, like unprovoked. I'm like, "Oh, okay, buddy," and just like ran up to his nose and said hi. And then so yeah, I want to get him more, but they say that you'd like. It's not only just meeting other dogs, it's like just bringing them to different places, and just so like different stuff doesn't scare him. Like one guy, not a tractor, but had like a almost like a souped up golf cart that our landscape guys drive around, and he turned it on right in front of an
gator.
Whoa, what was that? Yeah. He like gave a scurry. I'm like, okay, buddy, we're okay. But yeah, just stuff with that I gotta but the vet said too, like, just make sure he's around healthy dogs. But like, by no means we're not don't walk him downtown and like do all that stuff. So yeah. But yeah, it's been a trip.
Damn, that's sick though. Old Arch,
Little Arch,
back at it. Oh God. And I mean, immediate thoughts. Right dog pick, the lazy one. Are you looking back saying, "Oh, I should have got a more active one"? I know your dog's your dog now, but
it's still super early. He definitely, I can tell a little. Sometimes like I'll be like, "Hey, come on, like let's walk," and he'll just be sitting there like, "No, not right now." And then the other times where he's like, "All right, let's rock!" Like, like he's learning where home is, so he'll run from our pee spot back home.
Oh damn, that's pretty good.
No, yeah,
already.
so yeah, he's getting that. He's picking up stuff. No, I think I'm in a good spot because I don't I know we like talked GSP before, and I know like I did want semi-active, just like walk on the most would be like the 3 mile loop on the trail.
Right.
But I do want to have one like walk downtown and just like chill. And I think that's what he's going to be. And like he'll right now he's like he's really mouthy and teethy. So he's chewing up anything that he finds. But, once that's done, and then he just passes out, and we'll watch OC together with Ryan. He's just
OC just passed out.
That's awesome.
Damn, that's sick though. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. A lot of fun to be had with Arch in that future.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah.
You know how big he's supposed to get? Or supposed to be?
Good question.
His dad I think was around like 70, 80.
It's pretty.
But
big.
like I don't know if like more of a lean, jacked kind of. I don't know if that's because he's not fixed or whatever. I think it was 70. But his mom was like on the small, but he doesn't have very big paws, so I don't know what he's gonna. The vet was like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna get big." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense."
Damn, and you're gonna be shedding red hair. Oof.
That's the thing too. He hasn't. I don't know if puppies don't shed. He hasn't shed too much.
Yeah, I don't think. And it's also
his fur is really soft right now, so I think it's like he hasn't grown into his.
The change of seasons is where you're really gonna see it. So once it starts getting a little bit warmer, he's gonna be.
But they were where the breeder said that with the red ones, it doesn't show as much as as the yellow would. So I mean, remains to be seen. But yeah, I've vacuumed every day so far, just to and also to make sure he's aware that that's going to be happening.
How's he? Yeah, I was gonna say, how's he with the vacuum?
He's good with that. He's good with the coffee grinder going in the morning. So yeah, he's all.
Fuck good. Yeah, little Arch.
It only took him a couple of days to kind of get a feel already.
No, yeah, he's getting, yeah. Now once we get past the diarrhea episode, we should be.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, it's obviously that much diarrhea is not normal, but just little problems like that. It's like, I feel like with puppies, it's like the first 3 weeks are shitty, and then it's like they kind of.
Well, yeah, everyone's like, from what I've read and said, is like, hey, yeah, it's like their first 6 months is like the big.
Right.
Yeah,
in the long scheme.
But once you get like set with everything, reps, routine. Once he's able to go on walks too, it'll be nice.
Yeah, exactly. Tire him out, and then he'll just go in his cage, and there'll be nothing but sleep he'll want to do. So, damn, that's sick. Cav, any dogs in your future? Come on, Arch needs a friend.
My own? No, I would not buy one of my own. No.
Uncle Siege?
Well, they got Ginger. So
what kind of dog's Ginge?
She's a Ginge.
Golden Doodle, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's 2, I think. So it's a young dog, but yeah.
Wild, big.
Not super big. I wouldn't say very wild. I mean, the first year was definitely like just new people. It was just very rambunctious, but I mean, very smart little dog, very cute, playful. But yeah, no, she's a nice little addition for Siege and Kim. But yeah, for me, I probably wouldn't.
Come on.
That's not that I don't like them or anything, but
I think I'd only get small dogs from here on out. I was just house sitting Toscanos, and they had it's like I think it's like an Anatolian Shepherd mix. So yeah. So it's a pretty big dog, and then they have his dog. So like they were supposed to like board it or put it to a trainer or send it to it's like school or whatever, like puppy school over the weekend while they went to a wedding. But then that person like bailed. So like, can you watch both dogs? I was like,
wait, which one is that?
It looks exactly like Duke. It's like a fucking reddish brown version of Duke. It's
got a little guy.
It's a little guy. It's got long ass legs. It's the funniest fucking thing ever. And so I'm like, yeah, like sound like obviously what am I gonna say? No, like, yeah, I'll watch your dog. And so, but I've never watched this dog before. And so like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm getting into. And so like, this is probably 3 or 4 days before they're leaving. They asked me, and I'm like, yeah. Like, obviously, whatever. And he's like, how much does my mom pay you? And I'm like, I tell him, and so he's like, okay, like we'll match it. And I'm like, fuck, I can't make him. You know what I mean? Like I just feel guilty. So I was like,
better than a bang in a bag of Fritos.
But I was like, cut it. I was like, pay me half of what she pays me, and we'll call it cool. And I was like, I don't even that's too much. I said, pay me $50 and just tack it on top of what your mom gives me. But anyways, so I'm sitting there and like I'm waiting for like the instructions for the dog. Like, what do I need to like? What's this fucker need? So, like, finally the day of comes and like, hey, we're leaving. Like, still nothing. And then like 30 minutes later, like, and I'm like not the guy to like press like, hey, like. So it's finally exactly they send me like everything. And I'm like, oh geez. And so. I mean, I don't know if they'll listen to this or not, but just kind of a high maintenance feeding process. I hate to say it. I'll walk you through it. So the dog's got dry food, and then the dog's got ground beef, and so it's like. I mean, I don't want to say the exact numbers, but I got three scoops of ground beef, five scoops of dry food.
So you have to cook the ground beef?
No, it's already cooked. That's to say, it's already cooked. So it's like not a big deal.
Okay.
But it's just like most dogs, it's like throw them a scoop of food. Call it fucking.
Arch won't be getting any ground beef.
Yeah. Well, dude, the fucking Thornton's dog got purely like raw meat. Like it was raw meat and vegetables. Like the one that you get like every day I would get.
The farmer's dog or whatever?
Yeah, and they would have it delivered, and I just put it in the freezer, take one out in the morning for dinner, you know what I mean? Or two out.
Yeah, the pet store guy was trying to sell me on it. I'm like, dude, I'm not.
It's honestly, like, that dog had, like, the best coat of fur, and it's probably what they pay. I don't know what they pay for it at the start, you know what I mean? It could be just that, but, like, that dog was, like...
The pet food guy at Pet Food Express, I don't know your name. Shout out though.
Is that in Campbell?
Yeah, the one's right on.
That's the guy who used to sell me fucking pinkies to sell or to feed turtle or not? Yeah, turtles, bearded dragons, frogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the little mice that are like tiny, like baby mice. So sick. He's a kook.
No, yeah, he was saying that vets, I guess, are against like feeding them raw stuff because I guess you don't get some. But the guys see me a bunch of bullshit because like, you gotta change the food every like 3 months. I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna do that. And now after this thing, I'm like, no, because
find something that's not exactly.
Yeah, right after you get the diarrhea stage, you're going right back in another one. I'm like, no, man,
no, I'm good. That's interesting though. Yeah, I've never heard that they don't get enough like nutrients. I'm sure there's like some way to supplement like, and maybe I forget, maybe the Thorntons were doing like a scoop of dog food and then that as well. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but anyways, not done with the food. So we're 3 and 5 scoops, and then it's a half scoop of like a supplement. Like,
I was about to say protein powder.
And this is for like a little guy?
This is a tiny little guy. Fucking Rocco. He's sick though. I do like the dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Rocco's a cool name.
Rocco is a cool name. I did it like the first time I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then like the dog started fucking with me. I was like, okay, I'll do this for the guy.
You can't be that much though for a little dog, right?
What do you mean?
Like how much food?
No, it's like this size bowl and the bottom's covered. Okay. But then we're not done. You got to put hot water in it and kind of give it a nice little whoosh around to kind of, I don't know if we're softening the food or what the deal is. And then that's the morning one. And then nighttime is that, but instead of the supplement, you give them some CBD. I was like, that's
to calm them down?
Kind of nice, yeah.
I might do that for Arch.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, at first, it was like kind of a high maintenance order for a dog. But I was like, okay, I get it. No, it's honestly like I think I'm allergic to dogs. I said it. I never feel worse than after like I'm house sitting and like it might be like sleeping in some. I mean, not sleeping in my own bed. Like there could be like a million reasons, but like I think I've grown to be allergic to and like hypoallergenic dogs. I'm totally cool with, no issue. But like just a regular shed nest dog, I'm like. not sneezing right away, but I feel my eyes like start swelling up. It's
shoot.
Yeah, no good.
I kind of feel that way sometimes around Tay's cat.
Yeah, big time.
But I don't know because other cats, I don't feel like that. I don't know what I there'd be sometimes where I'm at Tay's house, like sitting there, I'm like, I'm feeling like I got something coming on here, and I know it's because this little guy's
Pedro's as soon as you
around.
blow your nose once, you're like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I've definitely had like sitting houses like that where like they smell like cat. You know what I mean? And you're like, shit. Where it's like no dog, you're just there to feed the cat twice a day, and then you're in and out. But it's like, same feeling. Where you're like, oh, something's coming in. I don't know if there's like cat hair just permeating the air or what the deal is.
Yeah, see, that's why I loaded up on Febreze today. And Arch is going to be a strict. He's trying to get on the couch. I'm like, no, this is a Arch free.
Do you allow him on you on the couch? Well, so will you sit on the floor with him then?
Yeah, sit on the floor. Or I'll just be like, we're messing around like that, and I'm on the couch, and then but he's kind of getting it, like he's going, and then like, or he wants up, and then I'll go down and do some stuff. But he hasn't tried the bed yet, so that's good. But
how high
because my
is
bed's
the bed?
actually my bed's low.
Pretty low.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I feel like he would have fucking schemed in there very first thing.
Yeah, he's still kind of getting his bearings in my room because usually it's just like straight to his crate. So
probably for the best, honestly.
No, yeah, definitely.
Fuck, I love it.
Yeah.
Teach, father Teach, coming in hot.
Perro papi, man.
Perro papi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of other pet that like I've house sat for some puppies, and like honestly, it's a real like if you could have a dog that was puppy size, that's what I want. Is a dog that's puppy size that doesn't do fucking puppy things. You know what I mean? Like that's the ideal fucking dog. But never gonna happen, I guess. Kev, what you been up to? What you been cooking? You missed last pod. We have a good Thanksgiving. What's the deal?
Yeah. No, it was gone last pod, but I mean, shoot, man, Christmas break's around the corner now.
Let's go.
We only got another week, and then we're off.
Got any travel plans?
No. I mean, well, actually, we'll go down to the beach house over like New Year's because we're gonna do the polar plunge.
Hot.
Ooh, okay, is that like is it like a community thing?
Exactly.
Where
I think you go to Avila. It's in like the Avila Beach area. I don't
fully nude or
no. No.
There is nude beaches down there.
I was
nude
gonna say I
beaches.
feel like it might be like free choice on that. To be honest, I don't know.
choice.
I have no
Free
idea.
choice.
fresh choice?
But dude,
you got a fresh choice and the free choicers.
Shout out Fresh Choice.
Fresh
Top
Choice
tier
is the
spot.
best.
Oh my.
Fresh choice was great.
But so we'll go down. We'll do the plunge. But this is our first time doing it. So
Yeah, what group's going? Who? I mean, this has gotta
Siege
be
doing
quite
it?
a crew.
Siege is like the driving force.
I was gonna say it
behind
has to
Yeah.
be.
I mean, we've got the whole family
The
going.
polar bear himself.
But I feel like a lot of people aren't like they're gonna go to it but aren't going in. So like right now I feel like
Who's that?
I mean, I don't because
Call him out. Call him out.
Is Rye gonna go?
Ryan's going. I don't know if he's plunging or not.
How could
that
he
I'm
not?
not sure.
How could he not?
Yeah. I don't know if LC's plunging. I'm not sure about Nick.
I don't think LC's plunging.
I don't think Kim
There's
is
no
either.
shot.
So
Sounds like you should not, and just let Siege let him cook on his own.
But no, but then we're also my girlfriend and I were going to the Lions-Niners game. Monday Night Football, so it's December 30th.
Shit,
I
okay.
think, or the 29th, one of those two. So yeah, get to see. Hopefully the Niners are still in the thick of it. We'll bring a good race.
Damn.
But yeah, no, it'll be cool. See the Lions up close.
Have you gone to a Lions game before?
No, nothing. I mean,
First
I've
ones
never
to
even
the
been to
boys?
Levi yet. So
Oh, you've not been to Levi?
So this will be my first time going to Levi.
Damn.
So yeah, no, I got a parking pass. I'm going to be pretty set for everything on that. But yeah, those are probably the two biggest things, at least over the break.
I actually did see the Lions one time at Levi's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a long time. It was when Matt Breida was leading the league in rushing that first 3 weeks of the year.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It's probably 6 years.
I was going to say that still might have been a Stafford-led team.
No, Stafford.
Yeah, I saw fucking Matty Ryan destroy the Niners over at Candlestick probably 15 years ago.
Wow.
And it was the start of people thought they were going to be good again, and it was just the start of the downfall after that game.
Wow.
Very
a
shitty.
young Matt Ryan, that's nuts.
Kind of sick, yeah. Just
dude.
Torched them. No, that'll be fun though. Levi's is kind of it's a weird stadium. It's it's almost too big. It's it was made to be on the bay and not in the middle of Santa Clara. Yeah. And so it's a bit odd, but
are you on the sunny side? Do you know?
I don't even know where the sunny side is at on that field.
To be honest, I don't even know either. I just know there's a sunny side.
It's on the visitor side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm behind an end zone.
Then you should be good.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, where
you shouldn't get cooked at least.
And it also is it's also a night game. It's 5:15.
Didn't even think about that.
Monday night.
Yeah. So should be good. But yeah, I think
tailgating.
No, not too much. It's just
they're weird about tailgating at
Levi's
too. It's
I even saw my ticket lot for where I'm gonna park. It's a no tailgate.
Yeah, it's
there's only got a few tailgate, and they're
so dumb.
Yeah, so I was like, all right.
You guys ever go to big tailgates? Is that ever been party or football? I've only gone to a few in my life, but
football wise,
we went
Cal Poly. Did you guys tailgate at Cal Poly?
So I get asked this all the time. Our senior year, they allowed drinking on campus. Well, it wasn't really drinking on campus. It was you could buy a pass, and what the tailgate was basically you drove and parked on our main Grand, because Grand kind of leads all the way to the football stadium. So you kind of parked right outside, and it was, I don't know, they made it up to be it's the huge Cal Poly tailgate. I'm like, okay, and we would go and Brendan Roll and Chris Giuffre, they bought a spot, or our senior year, so they had. That's the thing. You had to buy a spot for the whole year. I think it was a shit ton, but it wasn't. It just didn't have that. It was more of a block party feel than a tailgate.
Yeah,
and especially because our team wasn't that good. And it was more of it literally what we would do is we'd start going on a Saturday at Slack, or no, it might have been junior year because we were at Slack. We were playing die outside, and then. At the time, it was the tailgate around the game was at 7. We'd go at 4:30, and then the tailgate started wrapping up at 6. We were like, all right, let's go back to home.
Exactly.
So that's what we would do. Yeah. But I've been to remember we weren't old enough to drink or anything, but we went to a tailgate the Cal USC
with Uncle Dave.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was
dude. That was John David Booty at USC.
That was Matt Barkley.
Was it Barkley?
Yeah, Barkley. Wow. Barkley carved up. Sick. Barkley carved up Cal.
Oh, it was a high scoring game.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No,
wow, that's a Barkley
huge
lit him
game
up.
Though. And then I went when I was the best I had ever been to was LSU, Texas, in Austin.
Holy
when I was
shit.
there, it was the Burrow year.
I was gonna say, was that opening night?
Yeah.
Were you rocking Texas gear?
Oh yeah, it was pretty. We didn't go to the game, but it was. We had a tailgate, and it was that was the LSU people. It was it was a real fucking tailgate.
Yeah,
it was wow, this is fucking. Then the whole time you're out there, I'm like, why did I go to Cal Poly? It was so sick. It was really cool.
because it's such that's a culturally part
it
of.
It was barbecues everywhere. It was grilling. And everyone was hopping in hey, how's it going, guys? Hey,
I'll eat some food. Sure.
Dude, Georgia was the same.
Really?
Going down to Georgia this year to watch. Oh my God, dude. I mean, it started
at 10. World.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, it's and there's
That's not. I couldn't do
tents. I mean, people are bringing out like their huge smokers.
Yeah.
And they got it's a deal.
And it's like as far as the eye can see,
yeah.
like it's
all
like,
around.
yeah.
it. I would need one that has
radiuses.
like a couch where I can take a nap in or like bring my RV, bring an RV because
that's
like I can't go a full.
But you know, it was so funny too. Is I don't know, Kevin, I don't know if you feel this way, but like it's in that area of the world, like it's obviously game day is so big there, like in Austin, that everything's burnt orange, stuff is shut down, type of thing. But like growing up here, it's like, oh, like yeah, I'm going to a Stanford game. Like I throw on like a Stanford sweatshirt, or whatever. Everyone is you're in a collared shirt with the logo. You're in the shorts, like you're at. I'm like, and they're like that doesn't look like too fratty, but it's like everyone's like shirt tucked in, like golf shirts stuff, and I'm like, everyone at tailgate's trying to say thing, and I was like, it's some like I think it was in a Katy Texas jersey shirt, looking like I walked in, and I'm like, I look like a fucking asshole right now. Like
That's
everyone's
hilarious.
all dressed to the nines, like nice ass shoes, like somewhere like khaki pants and like a Nike
The Nikes
drive
in the
LSU
Katy.
7. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I look like a fucking
The Katy jersey, undefeated.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
stupid,
fucking good
yeah.
though. Yeah, like Stanford. I've been to a couple good ones at Stanford. Like when Stanford's playing someone good, like I feel like tailgates.
Did you go to the
get
Stanford
decent.
Cal Poly one we did?
No, I went to I think it was Stanford, Oregon.
That's
But,
a good one.
Yeah, I mean it was like Jordan Milligan. It's like we go with his dad, and it's like I think
Shout out.
before we were 21. So his dad was like, like let me crack these for you. Pour him. He's like, never drink out of cans at a tailgate. He's like, fucking cops come chug it and say nothing. I'm like, okay. And so like he like hanging out with him forever, and then he's like, all right, you guys go do your thing. And then like we're just walking around, and I think it was his tailgate. We saw a dwarf getting launched into the air, like it was like frat guys just fucking tossing this guy like a rag just up into the air. And like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It was like
Stanford guys?
Stanford guys,
Oh,
yeah. I was like, I've never seen Stanford guys have so much fun. But yeah, no, sometimes tailgates are they're just such a long days though, where I'm like you said, like going to the game is like, fuck, I don't know. Sometimes just like, let's go back to drinking somewhere else.
Well, yeah. Well, we did the Stanford Cal Poly one this year, and we all got banged up, and then probably like after Cal Poly scored on like a sick play. I'm like, oh yeah, and then it was like it was like 30-7 at the end of the half. I'm like, I'm ready to go, guys.
Yeah.
We need to
We've seen enough.
Yeah, like let's head to the bar.
Do you guys remember your biggest routing in sports? Like when your team got beat the worst?
Gosh, beat the worst?
Beat, yeah, not one. It's like I can pull out a couple ones where we like ran up to score, but like I think it was my dad's first year not coaching us in NJB, where they were like, they made a big deal about these kids are scoring layups, but they don't know why they're scoring. Because we were running literally UCLA fucking John Wooden offense as third graders, like winning national titles, parents getting upset. But I was like, I don't even give a shit. Like, I'll step away. So he steps away. Yeah, Kev, I always forget it's me and you fucking on that team. God damn. Me, you, Marquis. Marquis is the other one I run into frequently from that team. But like the next year, like we're playing. Did you play for that Mark guy?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it was like it was like the same group. So it was like that Jack O'Hara, like Evan, literally all the same guys. But it was like that all in that team, and that weird Mark, whatever his name was, guy came in and coached.
Mark, I don't even know who that
He was
is.
like O'Hara's friend or something like that.
Okay.
But he was like this short, thought he was sick, and then we just got absolutely fucking run by a team we had beat the year before. It was like, like by like 30, and like half of us were like, hey, let's get out of here. And then the other half were fucking trying to rally behind their one. Like, no, fuck
I think
this.
our biggest one was either might have been my freshman year, my freshman or sophomore year. No, I think it was
Basketball.
Yeah, we opened up the Westmont tournament against St. Francis.
The best. Oh my God! Why are they in the Westmont?
Yeah, no,
tournament? That's probably true.
No,
yeah,
it was because it was what's his face was on the team. The lefty for the
Tyler
Heat.
Johnson.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
So he was hurt that game or whatever, and but that was one going into like because St. Francis was at that time was
ranks.
Yeah, they were. I think it was right before Gordon got there, so they were top of the
WK.
But yeah, we got ran by it was by 30. It was by 30 at half. I'm like, okay, this is it's one of those things where let's just get this over with here.
That's tough. That's like when we were up by 30 at half against Aragon, and we were literally playing midi the next round, and
so bad.
And fucking blew the game. End up going to play baseball at De Anza with the kid from Aragon, and we look back at the video and we're guarding each other mid game. I'm like, fuck, god damn it,
that's hilarious.
This sucks.
We got beat bad sometimes in high school baseball.
Oh, Harker.
Yeah,
that's a one-man show over there, Kev. You're Shohei.
Oh man, I mean,
you're Mike Trout. Show Kev. Yeah.
But Menlo School had, they had this chain of 3 brothers, the DeGroger brothers. All went to Menlo, all went to Stanford.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did extra hacks with those guys at Stanford on Sunday nights.
Yep, all of them got drafted.
Yeah.
So they had
another guy too.
Freddie Avis was on the same team as first round pick.
What school is this again?
Menlo. Yeah. Menlo School, and they were in our league.
Oh, that's such a fucked league. Those guys were really good.
No, they could play against the West Catholic team and play. They could have played that schedule for 2 years with the teams that they had and been a top 4 or 5 team in the league.
So
they were real good.
They're pretty much just taking BP for games. You know what I mean? That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. But my God, they put, because when we would play Menlo, my first year especially, we chalked that L, didn't throw anybody, and I think we lost the game. Probably 30-0.
That's tough.
And Harker has
baseball,
dude, because Harker has no fence either.
Oh,
and these guys are launching homers.
No triples, no triples.
It was
playing
insane.
at the fucking Polo grounds.
And our backstop at Blackford is it's from here to literally the gates of Westgate.
So
it's
pass ball.
Oh, you can get to third. You can get to third. You can score. It's a 2-base pass ball. It could be if you're hauling ass. But
how did you guys not put any? You have money coming into the school.
You couldn't touch that. We didn't own it. Can't touch the field. Couldn't do anything. It was
how did
the
they not
city
buy
property. Blackford was leased for 20 years.
I didn't know that.
So Blackford is no longer Harker. It's Stratford's first high school. Right now, current day.
I didn't.
So
know
you're
that.
going to be coaching high school there? Well, no,
not
anymore.
You're not anymore.
No,
you're not a Stratford guy anymore.
No, but yeah. So yeah, it was a 20-year lease. So got through all of it, and then so it was done. Harker's Middle School is now changed location, and that's Stratford's first high school spot now. So
damn,
and it's the same thing. I don't think they own it. So I don't know if.
Yeah, because I guess it was
Harker
Blackford
Middle School by Union now, or that's
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's
because Rye was telling me that.
Yeah.
It's changed a few times. It was Blackford, right, originally, and then
Harker at Blackford. Is that what they call it?
It was Yeah, no, it was just the middle school was at the Blackford campus. Like I said, that middle school was there for damn near 20 years.
What campus was the campus where me, you, and Rye played against every little Harker kid?
Oh,
basketball.
That would have been the OG. Oh, every little Harker. Oh, that was Bucknell. That was K-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
jamming on fifth grade.
Yeah.
They have low hoops.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's so good to come back.
So sick.
Yeah.
It's like
great
3
time.
against 20.
Yeah.
It's like those videos you see.
I don't even know why we were there. We went to Warriors game that night, but I don't know. Did Lauren have something? We're picking her up, or
I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, no, they had the low hoops. That was good.
So
that was
fun.
definitely good. But yeah, that Bucknell campus is still pretty much the same because I went back there a year ago because I was interviewing for one of their jobs.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, the school looked like the exact same. So yeah,
That's
low hoops still there. I'm like, it was lunch recess too. I'm like, yo, someone get me up, man.
Dude, the Harker Middle School. I love playing at Harker Middle School. No, it was a great gym. And then my 6th grade year,
when Vis
played Cole Carnahan, we pulled him out of the crowd. He was there watching JB and my dad. He's like, I only got like these shoes. And I was like, I don't care. Like, go out there. And then, of course, I'm the only guy that gets thrown out of the game for Davis, the ginger kid from Queen of Apostles. You would know him. You would know him if you saw him. He played baseball through and through. I think he might have went to Midi. I think he was a Queen of Apostles, the Midi guy. But he like was talking shit to me, and then like we're going back and forth, and then he threw like a cheap shot elbow, and like my elbows are clear in space. Like those aren't cheap shots.
Sharp too.
They're sharp. They're like
coming.
They're purposeful. Like this guy just threw a errant elbow, and so on a fast break, instead of like going for a block, I just 2-hand shoved this fucking guy, and like his arm got caught on the backboard and fucking like did a somersault, fell, and the ref was like, shh, like flagrant. And I was like, yeah, you're done. I was like, worth it.
You guys are probably up by 30.
Oh yeah, like, just smoking these guys. That's the one thing that was so unfair about all those teams is like we had all played together for our whole lives, and so it's like that chemistry, like it doesn't matter if we're down 20 or up 20. It's like chemistry unmatched.
Speaking of, my fucking knees still swollen.
We didn't even talk.
My BBA days are fucking numbered.
We didn't even talk BBA.
I was I was watching our boy.
Shout out Boog, first win.
I was watching the game. I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I could
get up and down with these guys.
Yeah. I'm like, because Boog asked us, he's like, hey, with the football, I might need you guys to come and play. I'm like, oh, yeah, fine. Then, like, watching him go, I'm like, okay, these guys are.
Well, they just been running. That's the difference. Yeah. They're in shape.
No, that Boog's got some guys. They got, so I was doing the book. I did the book the first game.
So good.
And so funny. So Boog's like, can you do the book? I'm like, yeah. Or he texted me that day. He texted me the day of. I'm like, yeah. And this is at Midi. And I haven't done the book, but I know how to usually do it.
You've never done the book?
No, never done it. But
shit.
Yeah, like I kind of knew, like, I always know, like, you add up everything and then.
I know, but do you know what you're doing with points, free throw? Like, everything you're doing?
So we'll get to that.
Oh my God.
So thankfully it's JV. So I'm like, all right, I'm sitting there and they're,
timeout.
This little, we're at, Midi, this little high school is like, oh, brings me, this is our JV roster, like all printed out, everything. I'm like, that's great. I got names and numbers. You could copy them down, and I don't need your roster.
That's usually how it goes. You just exchange books.
I just thought it was funny that the JV's all printed out. Like, here you go. And it's like, do you need them? Like,
put together.
I'm good. I'm not going to Max for this. But so, and again, of course, my dad and I haven't seen a high school game in probably since Boog's senior year, and that was what 6 years ago at least.
Yeah, at least.
So I go and I'm doing it, and like I kind of figuring it out. And I remember free throws. You can do the circles. And
my
stuff.
dad would say a good book guy is just as important as a good assistant coach.
Right? I knew.
You keeping track of his timeouts? Are you, dude? This is fucking crazy. Oh my God,
literally, I don't go into any of it, or I just go in blind. Then I'm like picking up. I'm like, oh yeah, free throws is this, and then at literally, Boog calls a timeout, and as he calls it, and he goes 30 seconds, and I'm like, fuck, I need to keep track of timeouts. I'm like, fuck me. So I go to Brent. I literally at the timeout or at the end of the first quarter, he had used one. My dad was sitting with sacks on the end of the bench.
You ask him how many?
I'm like, how many they get? 5? And he's like, yeah, 2 30s, 3 fulls. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and then free throws are the circles, right? And he's like, yeah.
That is sounds so bad.
So I go and I'm doing it, and then all of a sudden, after this, about 2 minutes into the third quarter, I realized that I had been doing the player fouls, but I hadn't been counting the team fouls. So I'm like, oh, okay, like now I'll like I got it on track, and it was like 1 and 2 or whatever. So the end of the third quarter, it's Boog's team had won. Yeah, it's coming. Boog's team. Boog's team had won.
Yes,
and the St. Francis had Midi had 3. So they're doing it. And then I'm like paying, and I'm like tallying stuff up, and then fourth quarter starts, and I see on the fouls are both 0, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on there? And
they
then
went to the NBA system,
and then another foul comes, and they go foul on.
Tell me you called for a 1-and-1.
No. So it got to 5, and I'm looking at the thing, and it's like, it still had I was looking at my book, I'm like, what the fuck is going? And a ref came, and I was about to say hey, we're 2 away from bonus, right? Or and
so good.
So thankfully I didn't say that. Then after the game, I'm like, looked at my dad, I'm like, what's it do with fouls? He's like, it's you get five fouls per quarter, and then you go right into double bonus. Right. And then it clears at the end, where it used to be 7, and then 7 you're in the bonus, 10 you're in double. So I was like, oh, well, they completely, that was 3 or 4 years ago. That was
after Boog had left.
Yeah,
so.
No, yeah. So,
that's so funny. As soon as you were saying that, I was like, oh my God. I know exactly.
I literally go and I'm like, oh yeah, I know. The rules completely fucking different.
That's so
But it
good.
was it was honest. It was pretty fun seeing him coach. He
looks the part. I was trying to every time someone sent me a video, maybe they're just capturing him at a good time, but he doesn't look flustered. He
wasn't flustered, but he got after one of the refs because one guy was pretty bad.
He got after a ref already.
Yeah, and they my dad was sitting at the end. He's like, he almost got teed up there, but the one dude, it was he was he wasn't good, and he basically thought he was hot shit kind of guy, and this is at St. Francis. Literally, the shot clock guy doesn't show up, and they're like, we don't have a shot clock guy, and I'm doing the book, and then they literally just picked a kid from the stands, who was friends with the guys, and he's like, I mean, yeah, you can, and he was talking to him it's a JV game, dude. Who cares? You can get no one gives
reset.
no one gives
reset,
a fuck. Yeah. But that's really. Then the ref said he was reset, keep doing that. But then the guy was kind of being a dick about it. And I was looking at Boog and the other ref. I'm like, this guy just came from the stands. Relax. Come on.
Yeah. But that's why places in the Midwest don't have shot clocks for that reason. That reason alone, they cannot find someone who's reliable enough to sit there and hit it or know when to hit it. 'Cause it is kind of a tough job. You know what I mean? You accidentally reset it when it shouldn't be. Then you got to stop the game, fucking reset the shot clock.
And the guy who was doing the clock didn't know too much, and Boog called the timeout with, I think he had 23 on the shot, and the guy's like, do I reset? And the clock guy's about to say, I'm like, do not reset. He called timeout. Yeah. I'm like, don't reset. You got to keep it there. Good. Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. But no, it's so funny seeing because Boog has some good guys, and they definitely were sped up a lot because both teams were pressing. I'm
sure they're just trying to get their work. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But no, it's so funny. It's just looking at the lens of now being far removed from it. You can see the bad play about to happen, and it's like, oh, don't do. Oh, that kind of thing. It's but no, they got some good guys. But it's so weird that the game is so now guys are. No one did floaters when we were playing. There's 4 or 5 guys who are doing
Meek
doing
would be the fucking only guy hitting floaters in the lane and shit that.
But even Tays were more kind of these guys are doing Euro trying to hang kind of the D Rose things I'm doing. But I'm
best Euro step I've ever seen in high school. Graham Moore. I'll stick to it to this day. Sickest ever. Graham Moore. Should have never played soccer. Should have been a basketball guy with the rest of us. No, I'm stoked for Boog. That's sick. I got to go catch a game. That's So are you not permanently on the book? You're not the book guy?
So I did the first 2 games, and then when I got Arch, I was and then he played at Los Gatos, lost that one. I text him, I get a dub tonight. And then I guess the refs, after the halftime, people were shooting around. They grabbed a girls' ball and they played the first half of the third quarter with a 20. Someone noticed it was a 28-5. Boog's like, what in the? They're like, yeah, sorry, some kids were shooting. We grabbed the wrong ball. Like, oh my god,
the shooting with the game ball
yeah.
is crazy.
And then
not in Sean Cummings' program, never.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I want to get to games, but like I don't driving all the way to Christopher. I do want to go to a couple.
But they play. They're good thing their schedule's mostly local to us.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Once it's season, it'll be much easier.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dudes. Well, anything before we hang them up for the night?
I'm good, Kev.
Kev.
Good. It's good happy, boys.
Good app. All right. Well, until next time, shout out Boog Meek.
Let's go.
Shout out Books and Ball. Hey, real quick. Me and Kev guard each other in Books and Ball.
Wow.
Fucking my team got smoked. Had 5 points.
No, yeah, you got a lot of buckets.
But I was like, hey, me, Kev, let's just go 3-3. Let me post you up.
There you go.
Let's have some fun. Oh, good times. All right, y'all. Till next time. Peace.
Later.